Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I'm here to talk about what are the planets saying in the month of June 2020. Let's get started. So we will have 4 planets that will be retrograde from June 18 to June 25. And then we have Venus will go direct in Rohini Nakshatra in the sign of Taurus, which I will talk about it in a little bit. By June 30, Jupiter will go direct in Mool Trikon sign in Sagittarius, bringing some relief possibly for the houses it rules. You know, it has been in debilitation, therefore we have been feeling pessimistic about things, and it's keeping us having low confidence, low faith. We are not able to appreciate things, and it has been impacting to the people for which the Jupiter rules to their houses. So when this Jupiter goes direct, as I said earlier, all the houses that in your chart that are impacted by Jupiter will change the scenario. You will feel some relief. You might feel optimistic and start seeing the improvement. It will get better for you, and especially if you have a good dasha that goes with it. So it's going to be very electrifying month. I'm going to go in the details now. On the June 21, we are going to have a solar eclipse, which will happen at very close to degrees, making it a very electrifying and dramatic month. So please don't take any actions or start anything new during the eclipse. Then we're going to have Venus going direct in the nakshatra of Rohini in the sign of Taurus, which is going to be a good thing, like I said earlier. So on June 3rd, Venus will conjunct with Sun, and it makes it a beautiful day for relationship purposes, but it will be combusted with Sun for the most of the month, and which will make it a very difficult situation for the rest of the month, because Venus gets weakened when it's combust. And so there will be lot of issues to be addressed about Venusian type, like relationships for people will have issues to deal with. And then I know it's going to sound confusing, but I have to go by in certain pattern I want to show you. It's going to become better towards the end of the month, when it will have a relief when it becomes direct. So just for the most of the month of the June, it's going to have problem when it's combust. Okay. Now June 5th, we are going to have a full moon in Scorpio, when that means it's debilitated, and then it's time again for us to reflect on what is that you want from relationships in your life, and you may need to make a lot of changes, bringing transformations in your approach and how you handle your relationships. June 6th, Mars and Sun will be in Aquarius and Taurus. Both are very fixed signs, which makes people not to listen to anyone, and they will be very fixed in their opinions about who's right and who's wrong, and having a thick skull, so to speak. So on June 11th, Sun will be square with Neptune, and Neptune is a planet representing the secrets. So it deals with authorities making people confused because they think the leaders are not doing their good job. So by June 13, then Mars will be conjunct with Neptune, which will result in all kinds of secret affairs coming out in the open. They could be about the governments, they could be about anything, anybody in power. It might get ugly. So on June 18th, Mars will go into the sign of Pisces, which means it's now connecting with and activating the energies of Jupiter. And then so it will bring more anger, fights, war-like situations, because it will now also be connecting with eclipse energies, especially for the United States. Then Jupiter on 29th of June will go direct into Sagittarius, and it's now conjuncting Pluto, which is a planet of transformation, at 29 degrees. It may bring up the things which we never thought can be possible. Impossible will be the new way of life. A lot of things will look like, oh my God, can it happen? But it's happening. So we need to kind of get ready, because Pluto is also represents atomic energies. Yes, we need to be very careful around June 29th through November 20th. Some explosive events and even terrorism have a chance of happening. I'm sorry, I'm not having a very good news here, huh? June 26, Mars will be at about 4 degrees in Pisces, where it will be dealing with Rahu and Ketu energy, and which creates a potential for earthquakes, explosive events, angers, frustrations, bad stuff, riots possibility, natural disasters, water related disasters. So now let's connect, or let's see if there is any connection with the China here. In the chart of Chinese president, he in his natal chart, we have a Mars at the same point with the eclipse in the sign of Gemini, which indicates that China is going to have to deal with lots and lots of problems. So we will start to find out a lot about them, especially towards the end of the month. And so it's not just going to be about coronavirus anymore. It's going to be about almost everything, including big trade wars. Yes, we are expecting trade wars now starting, and a lot more than bringing a lot of changes in the world, how we deal with China, not just United States. Okay, so we're going to find a lot more what's going behind the scenes in China. But now I'm giving you all the bad news. So trust me, things will get around sometime in September, perhaps around September 19 to be specific. So please don't lose hope, and trust me, it will bring healing times in many ways, including some kind of vaccine for coronavirus. So let's talk about other planets, how they are indicating now. So June 18 through July 12, Mercury is going to be retrograde. It means we need to be very careful during that time about our computers, technical stuff, telephones, cars. Make sure we back up our files. Computer hacking can be an issue, losing your keys. And I'm going to suggest, don't sign on any contracts, people. If you sign the contracts during this time, especially now that we have eclipse going on too, you're going to have deal with a lot of headaches then to go back and revisit and fix it. So this is a good time too if you want to do the legwork of anything, and take action when the eclipse is over and when Mercury planet is out of the retrograde situation. Now we are going to have Mars and Neptune energies too. They're going together in this month, and Neptune deals with unknown and secrets, and it also deals with scandals and deceptions and denials. All that is going to be factored into what I described above. So on June 21st, there will be solar eclipse. We all know that. Making things further very difficult, especially about computers, and we are more even prone to be getting hacked, especially for the government stuff, So eclipses are known to clean up the bad stuff, and we may think it's bad actually, what's happening. Actually it cleans up, and what is not necessary for us, it removes, and so that we come to the better energies. And so I'm going to recommend, please remain calm and collected during this month, and do yoga, do meditations, and don't get carried away by all the negative news. All that you see out there, according to my observation of planets, it's not going to be all real and truthful. So moving on, then we have Saturn will be in nakshatra of Uttarashada, in the very practical sign of Capricorn. And Rahu have then moved also to Mrigashira nakshatra, and which means it will be definitely focused on searching answers for the problem, or doing research for medicines, searching answers for the chaotic situations. Why is happening this? Why China this? Why this country that? There will be a lot of research will be happening. And now Ketu is still going to be in Mula nakshatra, which is still not that great. Moving forward, please note that these energies are actually shifting the focus from sign of Taurus to the sign of Gemini, where eclipse is, where other planetary energies, as I discussed above, it will be in the nakshatra of Mrikshraya. Now, Gemini what does it represent? It represents weather, communications, technology, traveling, tourism, masses. It represents masses. Writing articles and if you all those people who may want to do video recordings, want to work in Hollywood, Bollywood, movie industry, advertisement, want to write an article, a social media business, it's going to be the highlight now. Jobs, online jobs, employment, which is, I think, is a great thing, and that's going to be a new way of life for a very long time. So we need to get used to that. One thing I want to say is those who may want to do the online work as a fun activity, if you share with selflessly with others, it's going to benefit you actually. Let's say you make a YouTube video and you're not charging any money, because Gemini is across from the 9th house of knowledge. So if you share it selflessly, try to help some people, it will actually, you end up getting a benefit out of that. Okay. So going back to, I was saying that Mrikshraya and Nakshatra is going to be very active during this time, and it representing tourism. Yes, it's the time you can travel. Yes, you can go out, eat in the restaurants. Yes, you can do all kinds of stuff, but only you will be safe if you obey the authorities of keeping social distancing, wearing a mask, washing your hands. Then you will be okay, because Rahu is very unpredictable planet. If those who remain within the guidelines of the authorities, you will be pretty much protected from a relapse of this virus coming to haunt at individual levels or at a bigger level to create another round of destruction. So now planetary energies also indicate that we need to learn to understand that our life on earth was created, and so that we learn to treat equally to each other, respect all races, all creeds, all cultures, poor or rich, and that's the lesson these planets are trying to teach us. Trust me when I say that. Please show respect to other country people, other cultures, other way of lives. Then and only then these planets will start saving you. This is the big theme of all this pandemic and all this job market problem, stock market problem, or atomic energy problem, is trying to clean up our air, our minds. We need to revisit our ancestors, how they were, our religions, how we were respectful to each other all the time. So now, if I didn't say that before, Venus will be direct on June 25th in the Rohini Nakshatra, which will be a dynamic and good for people who are following the upper stated or previously stated guidelines that I spoke about. It will also be impacting us on the house that it rules in your chart. So when these energies of Rahu and Ketu, they are strongly in the sign of Gemini. I want to say, please, sign of Gemini people, be careful, follow the guidelines I'm trying to help you to provide. To conclude, we do have bad news based on many difficult energies that I talk about, and then you may have some bad news due to Mars and Saturn's energies that are being there in that I described, but you people who are good, who are calm, who are collected, respectful to other cultures, other religions, other people, they will do fine. Trust me. And please, before I conclude, I want to say that please start doing yoga and try to remain calm, and I would like to talk to you next month more about what's going to happen, and I think we are going to have vaccine or some kind of solution in September, if I haven't said that. With this, I conclude this video, and I request that please, all I want from you is one thing, like my video, subscribe and leave your comments. So that will give me encouragement to keep coming back with more and more information month after month. Thank you. Bye.